Imagine walking into a blind date with just $50 in your pocket, praying it will be enough. But instead of finding love, you face embarrassment until a stranger at the next table changes your life forever. This is the story of Marcus, a single dad whose $50 a date turned into something no one expected. Marcus adjusted his shirt outside the restaurant, his heart pounding. A single father with barely $50 in his wallet. He knew this blind date could either give him hope or crush what little confidence he had left. He whispered a prayer under his breath, not for wealth, but for courage. Tonight wasn't just about romance. It was about proving to himself that he still deserved love. Inside, the restaurant glowed with warmth and chatter. Marcus spotted Sasha, his date, already seated. She was strikingly beautiful, dressed in designer clothes that screamed wealth and expectations. Her smile was polite, but her eyes scanned Marcus like she was measuring his worth. Marcus sat down, suddenly aware of the difference between their worlds. The menu prices made Marcus's throat dry. Each item was more than half of what he had. He carefully folded his wallet back into his pocket, praying Sasha would order something simple. But Sasha leaned back, waving the waiter over. "I'll have the steak, a glass of wine, and the chocolate souffle for dessert," she said without hesitation. Marcus smiled weakly, choosing the cheapest meal he could find. As Sasha talked endlessly about luxury vacations and her dream man, Marcus nodded along, trying to hide his growing anxiety. His mind wasn't on the conversation. It was on the bill that would arrive at the end of the night. Across the room, Camille, a confident woman in her early 30s, watched Marcus. She was dining alone, her calm demeanor contrasting with Sasha's extravagance. Camille was the CEO of a growing company, used to reading people quickly. Something about Marcus's quiet struggle drew her attention. Marcus looked up briefly and caught Camille's gaze. She smiled warmly, a gesture so simple yet powerful that it eased his nerves for a moment. It wasn't just a smile, it was recognition, like she could see the man behind the nervous exterior. As the evening went on, Sasha's dismissiveness grew. She complained about the food, checked her phone constantly, and barely asked Marcus anything about himself. Marcus forced polite laughter, but deep down, he felt invisible, like the date was over before it had even begun. When the waiter finally placed the bill on the table, Marcus's chest tightened. He unfolded it slowly. Confirming his fears, Sasha's meal had far exceeded what he could pay. He reached for his wallet anyway, his fingers trembling over the $50 he had saved. Before Marcus could speak, Camille appeared at his side. "Excuse me," she said softly to the waiter. "I'll take care of their bill." Marcus froze, his face burning with embarrassment. But Camille's tone wasn't pitying, it was graceful, like it was the most natural thing in the world. When Sasha returned from the restroom and realized Camille had paid, she scoffed. "Really, Marcus? You brought me here with no money?" she snapped. Marcus calmly stood. "This date is over." Sasha rolled her eyes and stormed off, leaving behind a cloud of perfume and arrogance. Camille gestured to her table. "Why don't you join me? You shouldn't have to end the night like this." Marcus hesitated but finally sat down. For the first time that evening, he felt at ease. They introduced themselves properly. Marcus spoke about being a single dad, raising his daughter Layla, and the struggles of balancing work and parenting. Camille listened intently, her expression never judgmental. She found his resilience far more impressive than any flashy success story. Camille shared her story to running a company, constantly under pressure and often lonely despite her success. Marcus was surprised at how much they related. Despite their different worlds, they both carried burdens that weighed heavily on their hearts. Camille suggested coffee later that week. Marcus almost declined, worried about what she might think if she saw his modest lifestyle. But something in her eyes convinced him to say yes. It felt like a chance he shouldn't run from. At the local cafe, Marcus arrived early, wearing his best shirt. Camille walked in, dressed simply, without the aura of a CE, just a woman enjoying a morning out. They talked for hours, laughter flowing freely this time. Camille left with a smile, already looking forward to seeing him again. If this story touches your heart so far, Don't forget to hit that like button so more people can discover inspiring love stories like this one. Weeks later, Camille finally met Layla. The little girl was shy at first but quickly warmed up when Camille knelt to her level and asked about her favorite books. Marcus watched the two interact, his heart swelling. Layla's smile was something he hadn't seen so bright in a long time. Camille began spending more time with Marcus and Layla. She joined them at the park, helped with school projects, and even cooked dinner in Marcus's small apartment. It wasn't the lavish dinners she was used to, it was better. It was family. But Marcus wrestled with insecurity. Could a man with so little really keep the attention of a woman like Camille? At night, he lay awake, fearing she would one day realize he wasn't enough. Camille sensed his distance and confronted him gently. Do you think I'm here because of what you don't have? I'm here because of who you are, Marcus. Her words cut through his doubts, but his pride still struggled to fully believe them. Marcus received a job offer in another state. Higher pay, better benefits, but it meant leaving Camille behind. He considered it seriously, wondering if choosing Camille over the job was foolish. Camille encouraged him to take the offer if it was best for Layla. But her voice wavered when she said it, betraying her own fear of losing him. Marcus realized she cared more deeply than she admitted. And so did he. After days of soul-searching, Marcus declined the offer. He chose to stay, building his future where his heart already was. Camille was stunned but relieved, her respect for Marcus deepening even more. Not everyone was supportive. Camille's business associates whispered about her dating a single dad, while some of Marcus's friends warned him about being a charity case. But Marcus and Camille faced it together, their bond growing stronger under the pressure. One night, Layla fell sick, and Marcus panicked. Camille rushed over immediately, helping care for her until morning. Seeing Camille comfort Layla like a mother maid, Marcus realized just how much she had become part of their lives. On Layla's birthday, Camille organized a small party. Nothing extravagant, just balloons, cake, and laughter. Layla hugged Camille tightly, whispering, "Can you stay with us forever?" Marcus's heart nearly burst. Marcus finally opened up about his deepest fear that Camille would one day leave when she realized his world wasn't enough. Camille took his hand. "Marcus, you and Layla are more than enough. You're everything I never knew I needed." They began planning for the future, not with money, but with dreams. Marcus started a small side business, encouraged by Camille, while she learned to slow down and value life beyond work. Together, they weren't just surviving, they were growing. Marcus saved for months, determined to buy a ring with his own earnings. He wanted to propose not as a man rescued, but as a man ready to build a life with her. Layla helped him plan the perfect moment, her 7th birthday party. In the middle of the celebration, Marcus knelt down, his voice trembling. "Camille, you've shown me love I didn't think I deserved. Will you marry me?" Tears streamed down Camille's face as she said yes. Layla clapped and shouted, "Now we're really a family." Their wedding was small but full of love. Friends and family gathered, not to celebrate wealth or power, but to witness two hearts becoming one. Marcus looked at Camille and Layla, grateful that a $50 blind date had led him to forever. Their story was proof that love, not money, was the greatest treasure. Marcus walked in with only $50, but he walked out with something priceless: true love and a second chance at family. If you believe in stories where kindness changes everything, subscribe and join us for more heart-touching love tales every week.